Hi, everybody. No, this is not a predicted program. Uh, got a lot of things going on here. Uh, the most of which is the weather here in Ohio, which has contributed to such a reaction from the arthritis that I have in my body that I really haven't slept properly in 5 nights. And it isn't the stuff of which long term, time wise, live broadcasts go. Another thing is, I wanted to test out a few new things. One is a new destination that we go to YouTube and we go to Facebook. And now we'll be trying kick.com just for the fun of it. I set up an account. I don't know how this works. I don't understand even exactly how to access my account there, except that I have one. That's all I know right now. But I wanted to go on the air, and there is on the description of the program a little thingaroony that will, if you click on the link, you'll come right into the studio. I mean, you won't come in the studio. I mean, let's make that clear. I don't want a bunch of people jerking off in my studio. That would be like the last thing that I would want on a Friday or a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I mean, that wouldn't work. For those who are the non-initiated, this is a Northeast Ohio Cleveland sports talk program that has been on for 23 years. This podcast has started out as a non-video thing before there was really much in the way of video stuff on the internet, and has evolved into being a really shitty video program. So we talk about Cleveland sports. That means the Guardians, if you count them as a professional team, the Browns, if you count those as a rational organization, and the Cavaliers, if you're really into disappointment and the season ending prematurely because your guys seemingly just give up. But these are the things we talk about. We talk about sports in general. I am a boxing historian. I used to work at Walmart, and I put all kinds of things in the boxes. So I know a lot about that. And nobody knows that I'm on the air right now because I'm doing this as part of a sneak attack. I could put this up on over on X. This could be kind of funny. I'm just going to put a message up here. Let's see if I can. This is just ridiculous. All of this real time stuff. And as far as I never really did copy the destination of this. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's up on YouTube somewhere. Oh my, I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and get an address now. Oh, this is so much fun. Don't you just love old men trying to do young man things? Let's go over to the site and I got nothing but all day. So there we go. And here's my test program. Ignore. All right, that way I won't be in my own headset. It's hard enough being in my own head. And I'm going to now put this up in the chat room. No, I'll just put it up on. I'll put it up on X. Crazy site that it is. And we do that. And Then, if you are able to go to that address, you'll see the link if you want to jump into the studio for any godforsaken reason. Why anybody would be watching, I have absolutely no idea. But if you are, introduce yourself. There is a chat room, and I moo at people all the time. All right. Oh, I see. So it is running on kick.com. I don't know exactly where, but when I uh, moved out, it went out from both uh, my Kick account and from my YouTube account. That's kind of interesting. Uh, as I was saying, it has been like the polar expedition of early summers in Ohio. Uh, uh, we spend half the year here to get the nice weather and get away from Florida, where the weather is like 90 degrees. Well, it is. It's 90 degrees in Florida, but here we're lucky to even be out of the 50s, and it's been raining every fucking day. So, this is the kind of stuff that I try to escape and wait to come here at the right date. But the entire month of May has been like fall weather in Northeast Ohio. And it's been very, very hard on an arthritic body. So right now, sleep is at a premium. And the other thing is, there's not a hell of a lot happening. If you want to talk about the Guardians, it's the things I never understood about the Cleveland Guardians, and it doesn't make any sense. It's like the organization is only interested in developing pitchers, and they cannot draft any quality offensive players out of the draft. Consequently, when they do get somebody, they stash them in the minor leagues. They fail. Hey, Ed XG, how you doing, buddy? See, we just pop them right up on the screen, and yeah, there's our first Kick.com victim. How you doing? I appreciate somebody. I don't know. I'm brand new to Kick, so I really don't know what to expect. But this is a sports talk show, and I will go off on limbs and talk about other sports, but predominantly Northeast Ohio and Cleveland sports, which always makes it rather tumultuous. But thank you, Ed XG, for speaking up. That's mighty fine of you. But the Guardians can't get help as far as power hitters. They consistently have sub 200 hitting catchers who aren't particularly good defensively. And all the things they've done for pitching through the years, which has been very good, the people they've brought along. I have a feeling that Carl Willis, the pitching coach, is about ready to fossilize. He's so old. And I'm really wondering if there's a reason why he shouldn't be replaced at this point, because he's clearly either not got the talent right now, or the magic touch is gone. He's trying to deal with pitchers who are like Logan Allen. Here's a person coming. You gotta love this. Hey friend, I saw your channel and noticed you're posting great content. That's a lie right off the bat. However, you need more followers and views to increase your engagement and achieve verification partner status within a month. I can help you get 25 subs in 3 days, which will get you close to earning $1,000 a month. Feel free to contact me for more information. My Discord username is That's the thing when you join a new site. Everybody wants to be your friend. To be honest, for me to get subs, I don't know. I'm not trying to earn money from this. I've been doing it for 23 years. I owned radio stations in a previous life, and I'm financially secure. I'm just trying to get listeners. I'm not trying to earn money or to charge anybody for the content. That's the point of this channel, is that I get sick and tired of people charging and paywalls and things of that nature. But going back to the Guardians, you have a guy like Logan Allen, who just doesn't have a big league arm. He doesn't have enough top end speed, and he's constantly nibbling at the plate. He walks far, far too many people. And that is a bad thing, because eventually he's got to come down the middle of the plate and he gets whacked. He also has an inability to get out of the fourth inning. By the time he gets to the fourth inning, he's up to 90 pitches because he's nibbling and walking so many hitters. And then by the time he gets into the fifth, he's gassed. He gives up like a bunch of runs, and then you have to chase him from the game. Gavin Williams has stuff, but he's not locating his pitches. And that is a huge problem for a completely different set of reasons. He's also running up his pitch count. We're bringing in pitchers like Joey Cantillo, who is another guy who's slow and slower. We don't have anybody who's be like Scooble, throwing 98 mile an hour with placement and also has a great off-speed pitch. We don't have anybody like that. And our offense is really kind of shaky. Jose Ramirez is a star player. Isn't that interesting? Another person has come from with the same exact speech in chat from kick.com. Me thinks I'm being botted and solded. Jose Ramirez is a great player and a great hitter. But beyond that, we're trying to bring Kyle Manzardo along, and he's showing some signs of being able to hit for power, but not consistently for average. I really like Angel Martinez, but he has not been given as good an opportunity because for some reason the Guardians have this fascination with all the free agency money they gave Lane, who I call Lame Thomas, who is a subpar center fielder who hits 15 to 17 home runs a year and strikes out a hell of a lot. Angel Martinez is a much better baseball player, and he's only 22, 23 years of age. And he should be playing in center field, and Lame Thomas should be, but the Guardians never want to eat the money that they spent unwisely because the owners are cheap guys. So that's the situation there. It's really, and you go down the lineup, guys who are striking out. Nolan Jones, can't make contact with the ball. And he hit 20 home runs in Colorado. Whoop-de-doo. The air is so thin there, it carries. But he's done nothing in his tenure with Cleveland, either the first time, and then they bring him back a second time, and he's failing a second time. Bo Naylor, who can't bunt, who doesn't really make contact with the ball and is not a good defensive catcher. Austin Hedges, who is a good defensive catcher, but he can't hit the ball to save his soul. He's just an out immediately waiting to happen. A shortstop position that was you had Brian Rocchio, who got sent down to AAA because he couldn't hit or field, and he was much better last year, but he came in with, he's a pop bottle in the head. He's tweaking. And then Gabriel Arias, who when he started to hit well in the beginning of the year, now he's fallen off a map, and he's nothing special at all. And so that leaves also a second base position because we traded Andre Jimenez to the Blue Jays, and we have to play Daniel Schneemann at second base, who is a career minor league player. It's really not a good situation. So, that kind of sums that up. And for me to be doing a lot of programs right now, feeling the way I'm feeling, doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm not going to get into an argument with a bunch of fanboys who are Shadur Sanders fanboys or are Dylan Gabriel fanboys, or want to say that Kenny Pickett will be the starting quarterback of the Browns, or Joe Flacco round 2 for the Browns. We have to acknowledge the fact that it's going to be hard for the guy who was drafted in the 5th round to even make the cut, and they're not going to keep 4 quarterbacks. Why they brought Pickett in, I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is that Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the team, wants that 6-yard pass offense to move the chains and try to keep scores as low as he can keep them, so his team will be in games, because the Browns in a 17-game season are easily on their way to a 2-15 or 3-14 season. They put all their money into Deshaun Watson and came up empty. And that's what's going on with that situation. Other than that, the Cavalier season is over. I think everyone can see now that the Indiana Pacers were the better of the 2 teams, and that the Pacers just continue to do what they do consistently, which is when the game is on the line, they get their shit together and they hang in and they pressure the hell out of the ball, and they hit important clutch shots. They have a little more experience, and the Cavaliers fell apart. And it is just like watching the Knicks, who won the game last night. That series is at 3-2, and now they're going back to Indiana. And I don't believe that New York is going to win in Indiana. And I think that the finals that people want to see, I'm not sure the networks don't want it to happen, but it'll be Oklahoma City and the Pacers, ought to be an interesting series, because I tend to think they play the game similarly with a lot of all-court pressure, but I think that Oklahoma City's better at it. That's just to my eyes watching this whole thing. I believe that Oklahoma City is the better team. But it is an interesting comparison. You've got Halliburton on one side, you've got SGA on the other, who are, the head of the snake as far as not only scoring the basketball, but assisting. The difference to me is that Oklahoma City has a size component that Indiana does not, and can be exploited in the paint, especially with the speed they have. Holmgren can run the floor. Alley-oops left and right. You got Hartenstein. You've got a lot of players who can be around the basket. You have a premier defensive player in Lou Dort, and guys who are knocking down shots for them coming off their bench as well. Oklahoma City looks like the real thing. And again, I not whining because Indiana beat the Cavaliers. They deservedly beat the Cavaliers. And that's, I think, that's the team that deserves to move forward. I did want to let people know that I was still alive and breathing, but it's without sleep, it's very, very difficult to sit here and accumulate and research information and all of that. And as long as the OTAs are just going to be out of the sight of mortal men, and we have silly media people in Northeast Ohio trying to get some interest going by creating a big quarterback debate when the team really doesn't have. I mean, if your best quarterback is 40 years old and couldn't make it in Indianapolis, I highly doubt that he's going to last very long in Cleveland. And Kenny Pickett could not make it in Pittsburgh. And let's be honest about that. Even an ancient Russell Wilson got them off to a good start, but Kenny Pickett couldn't do shit, and he throws a lot of interceptions. And he also kind of threw his last team, he the Steelers under the bus by saying the year that he spent with Philadelphia, he learned how things were done the right way. Yeah, it's called winning a fucking Super Bowl, but Kenny had nothing to do with it himself. So good luck in trying to, and I'm not a fanboy. I don't have a horse in the race. I want the guy who's going to do the best job to get the job. I want the best running backs to play. I want the play calling to be cogent, but we haven't had that in Cleveland. Too many fourth down trick plays. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see all that weird misdirection stuff. You got to rebuild the roster, and you've got to have guys who can take it directly to their opponents, especially, in the AFC North, where it's so ground game oriented that you got to play physical football. And we'll see how some of the draft picks and some of the people, hold up. The offensive line in Cleveland is perpetually injured. That's going to be another story that is going to be rather difficult to overcome. As players get older, they don't get healthier, and they weren't healthy. I mean, Jack Conklin, for God's sakes, wasn't healthy when he was 28 years old. So what does that tell you? But I did want to explain that's why you haven't seen Mr. Moohead doing his act, as much right now. And but I will. We have weather going back up into the 70s. I think this will quiet my body down. We have other things going on here as well that are rather stressful at the present moment. And I just got to catch up on my sleep. Once I do that, I'll be the furry, friendly Moohead that you've known for 23 years. But I do appreciate everybody who has stuck with me through the years. And no, I'm not quitting the show. I'm just trying to save my resources for when they really count. I do appreciate people stopping by, and I hope that you catch this if you didn't stop by on YouTube, and so you'll understand what's going on. Thank you very much, and have yourself a good day. And I'll be kind of sitting back, having a good time this weekend, waiting for the warm weather. Until next time, hasta la vista, Pastorheads. Bye-bye.